Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrell from DexFXMarkets.com, and this is the Dex Atomic and the Dex Signals. It's everything trading room. We're here this morning in our trading room over on Discord. So if you're watching this after the fact, we do have a Discord room where we do live room streaming and live trade streaming. So let's get started. Now, as you all know, this is the NFP week. I've been saying it all week. Today's Thursday, so let's have a look at the quick news here. I think I've refreshed this page, right? Just for today? Yep, this is for Thursday. Let's scroll down, and let's look at the exorbitant amount of news that's happening right now, right? We just had a release of the USD, the Great Britain pound at 8 o'clock, the ruble. We're not really so much concerned about the ruble, but it's still with, the central bank and the reserve for the USD. So, lots of stuff all the way up to our trading time. I usually try to go to about 3 o'clock. I broadcast from like 9 to 11, right? Just so you guys can get a feel of it. So you guys can get a see of it, okay? I'm not here to prove every second that I trade and everything that I do every second of the day, right? I don't need to do that. I'm not that insecure. So, but I do come in and trade for those people that are starting out new. So you're starting out new, you look at it to see it, to feel it, to get an extension of it. That's great. But the moment you got it, you got to go do it. Just keep that in mind, all right? All right, here we go. 8:57. What news is releasing? Today is the first Thursday of the month, and usually when you get a full week run at the NFP, where you get the first Monday, first Tuesday, and all that kind of good stuff, it really is about, there's just a ton of news. Now, the Dex Atomic system that I use, being here on the Dex portal, we use the 5-minute charts for a 1-hour trade and the 15-minute charts on a 2-hour trade. Our rule of thumb is usually between, our rule of thumb for trading on a 5-minute chart on a 1-hour system is that the overall trend will continue for at least 1 hour afterwards. So you have a 1 in 3 process, right? So we look at this solution as a network of movement, if you will, to help continue that trend or solution or a system of levels as well, because we know that the market is all about the levels, okay? And we know that the market's all about the war. Now, if you don't see a war happening here, then I'm not talking about like Corona War or World War II or whatever. Right? This is a war of people and systems. It's a war, right? And it's got two players. Well, two main players that we're watching, right? We're watching like a soap opera with two players. We have the Bulls, dun dun dun, and the Bears, dun dun dun. Okay, and so they battle. And when does the battle start? Every 5 minutes. Okay, there's a different war, different battle, right? Same players, but different rules. The only rule is that the war lasts 15 minutes, right? And whoever wins, whoever gains the most ground. And so this is a giant tracking sheet on whoever wins, right? A bull is somebody who wants to buy the market, right? They're bullish. They want to be a part of it. And the bear is sort of shrinking away. They don't want to be a part of the market. They want to sell off their profits that they just got, right? And could they be the same exact person in real life? Absolutely, right? Because I do that all the time. I'm either on the buy side or the sell side, right? So I can be. So you can switch sides as an individual. But we're sort of different here when we trade Nadex, right? So most people who trade Forex watch the war from on the battlefield. And they watch from the battlefield, from the sidelines, like watching a football game. But they just have, and they can bet on the game itself, right? They can actually put players in and take players out when they trade Forex. But for us, we're sort of watching it from afar, like maybe from the comfort of our home or the bar, right? And we say, all right, well, we think it's going to win this time, or we think Bears are going to win this time, or overall, the Bears will win more over the next hour than the Bulls will. So that's the best analogy I can come up with what trading Nadex is really about. Because most people think that trading Nadex, I'm going to have a say in how the market moves, and the answer is absolutely not. All right, so a couple things to remain true as we're going to be getting into 1 hour trades right now. the market's really super fickle, right? We got a lot of stuff happening. There's a big set of news that happened off at 8:30. We let the news do its thing, okay? And now, in any response to the news, in any impulse of the news, what is the usual thing that happens after the news comes out? Is that you have this impulse push and then you got reaction, right? Because if it was just the market going all the way down all the time, then there's always going to be the reaction. And I always look at the reaction will be twice as much, but half as fast, right? Or yeah, that's right. Twice as much and half as fast. So basically the market gets pushed out, but then it wants to try to come back up to continue on a line that I've always found, right? When you get news that goes against the way that it was normally going, okay, then that's a little bit different. So there's all these different little things we have to look at. But right now, let's just jump straight down and start looking at, where would we place the trades at? Now, if I don't see or if I don't feel comfortable with a solution or a signal, I'm going to trade it in my demo account, and just to learn the levels and learn that process. If I don't feel too bad about it, then I might be in there trading live. All right, so just keep that in mind as we go on. All right, here we go. Auto USD. Okay, so we have this level right here. We don't really have too much to the left to work with. I try not to go too many screens to the left as we get into this process. I do say process a lot, apparently. We're going to come back up to this area, and we're going to say 6610. Maybe 6610. That would seem to work. We're going to look at what 6610 is on the Auto USD. That is far out. I know. It's on the 1 hour. I don't think it's going to come back up to that. I don't know why it's not showing up. Oh, that's why. 10. There we go. 6610. We're looking for the sell. We got in for the 3. We put on for, nope. Put on for 25, and we place order. Now that's on. All right. Now, because there's two ways of thinking here, right? We give ourselves a little bit of berth. If there is a reaction to the news, it's going to come back and slowly creep. It may get bought at that point. Let's get down to the Auto GPY. It too has the same there, but it seems to be adhering. We do have some news at 10. Is it 10 o'clock? But not that much. Not at the top of the hour so much. So I think I might be okay with this one. Auto JP. Oh, I wish I would have not been yammering so much. We could have came up to this level right here, 70.56. Let's look at that one. There we go. 70.56. Let's see, this is the bottom of the level here. I always get worried when we get to the extension of the, this happened just right at 8 o'clock. So the numbers were made at 8. So it's at 8 o'clock, it should have been about like 70.76. And then it's gone to the full diversion of that. So 70.56 is there. I'm going to pop onto it and just do that. And place order. We may get bought at that, but there's no real movements that may come back into it. All right, let's go down to Euro Great Britain Pound. Now we're going against the MA. Okay, we have a little bit of curl over. It's about to happen, probably because we're going to cross over. Wherever they come back, we're sort of contained in this little channel right here. I'm liking that. Now we do have a pretty good opportunity to stay super skinny on this. Okay, and what I mean by that is that this line right here is really super close, and if we got this little push down, if it's going to push down, it's there. We got a little room for it to move to, like down in this area, before it would pop back up and try to break off. If it's going to continue in this buy pattern, right? We really haven't broke the pattern too much. We broke it right here a little, but let's go over and have a look. That's your Great Britain Pound. That level is 86.63. I'm going to look on live to see if If there's, why isn't it doing it? Euro Great Britain pound. There's 10 a.m. 86.63. There's 65. Where would we be at there? We'd be at 20. Wait, 65. We'd be at 21. Do 65. That would be up here. It would kind of be a place, but I'm getting a feeling like I really would like it to be falling down below that level to come back. But let's just do that. We're gonna do one contract. I'm gonna pop it in here for 25. We're gonna place the order. All right. Now we are in live. Well, we're not in live. We're in a working order live at this moment. But I'm also gonna look at doing this. 8 to 10. 65 is there. 55 is on the table. We'll do the same thing here. Now, why am I doing this? Well, it's just sort of redundant, right? I could treat this a little bit different if it jumps up. I may be able to put an OTM if it pushes on that level at all. Let's get down to the Euro JPY. It too has another, but the level would be sort of up here, right about there. We had this little margin there. 119.59, 119.60 in that area. $19.60, so 57. 57 would be the closest, but again, this price is pushing up against here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go look at Euro JPY on the live side. 57. We're going to try that. We're going to go straight in. Oh no, we got both. We got it on both. All right, so they both picked up. All right, so I'm going to stop this one here. We got the Euro Great Britain pound in there as well. And that's going to be that for trading. We're going to go through and look at we have these two on right now, 65 and 57. 80, 59, so 65. That's pretty good. We might be able to have a draw off to where it'll pull down on those. Because here's the Euro Great Britain pound. Hopefully that'll pop off of that 65. It was close enough for it to get. As long as you can kind of stay below, what I'm looking for is for it to stay below and fall down from that position. All right, let's keep going on we're going to do everything now, mostly on the demo, so I can check those levels. Euro USD is next. Again, a little bit of pushing down to that area, this area right here. So I would like to try to come up to right about here, which would be 1194. 1194 on the sell. 1194 on the sell. Boom, has money on it. And we're going to do market order and place order. Boom, there we go. Now, I normally do not like having two pairs with the same base in trading live. It's one of my rules. But if there seems to be a good deal on the money, but the thing is that if anything happens to the euro, it's floating off the chart, it's floating off the world, and we're going to lose both. So me no likey. All right, but let's keep going. Great Britain pound JPY. No arrow. Great Britain pound USD. There is an arrow. It's on the buy. It looks like a pretty good trade. We're going to drop down to the first level of push, which is right here. Now, if you really wanted to beat the first deviation, you would be right about there. Right? You'd be right about there. But this would be a really heavy level of contention here, right? Because we got this little curl over about to happen. You could filter out, a little bit high, drop, right? It's going to try to move back to its original. Here was some news that filtered off and made that happen. So we are getting higher lows as well. We had a little lower low here, and they thought that it was going to cross over, but it's slowly building that momentum. So you could do that 29.13, 29, yeah, 29.13, 29.14. 29.14 on the buy at $25. Looks like that's perfect. Oh, thank you. Got right up there. Good. So let's go over and look to see what that one is on here. Great Britain pound 29.14. Oh, just barely, just barely. Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? Yes. There it is. Okay. Well, that's my listen. I have 2,600 in this account here, and I normally don't have that showing. I usually have this up so I can see my position value. I also like to look at if I have other trades on at my reserved. So I have it looking like this, right? This keeps me in the moment. I don't look at the big number because that big number makes me feel fat sometimes or skinny or it all depends on your life, right? If you value your money, you know, like I do, I see it in pockets, right? Like I have a lot of money in my bank accounts. I have a lot of money in my networks. But what I don't like to do is to have a lot of money in my just sitting there, right? If I had $10,000 sitting in here, I could easily put $10,000 in here and trade at that level. But what I'm trying to do is find out at what level do I feel comfortable to trade, right? What balance do I feel comfortable at trading to be able to make my living that I like, right? But yet not have money just sitting here, right? I don't need money sitting here just to make me feel comfortable about trading. I do like to have the risk value there, right? So, but then that lies within a contradiction, right? If I come in, let's say that I have $10,000 that I want to be able to trade with, and I decide that, you know, every one contract I'm risking about $75, and I only want to use 10% of my risk value, which is 10% of 10,000 is $1,000. Well, then I could trade how many contracts in that? I could trade 10 at that point, right? I could trade 10 contracts. But then I come into my little $2,600 account and I trade 10 contracts, and you're like, Max, what are you doing? You're breaking your rules, right? So we have to kind of keep these things in check for us as well, right? Okay. Let's see, 51, that's looking pretty good. 86, 57, that's looking pretty good. I can continue on to do market reads. I kind of have a feeling how the news is sitting this morning. We can go down and look at the rest of them. USD CAD, I can kind of give you an idea. I'm not going to put any more on the portfolio. It's just really staggering. The $26,000 one I could. I'm going to skinny most of them out, and we're going to see how we fare out. This particular one, I never try to go at base price. Okay, this is just too ridiculous. This is at the money mentality. I'm going to come back up and float up to here, 34.22 on the USD CAD. But remember, the USD CAD is my little prima donna, right? I don't like USD CAD as much. 34.22. It can move 50, 60 pips. What did I say that was? 22. I always talk myself out of my trade. 34.22. 34.19 could be close, but 34.29 is a whole lot of likey. We're going to put that on for 25. We're going to call it there. So if I lose that one, I'm not too worried about it, I'll be honest with you. Because, yeah, it's my little prima donna. I had a customer hear me say that the other day, and they gave me some flack for it. USD CHF, because they think all Canadians are flighty, but no, that's not true. I love Canadians. All right, let's see. This USD JPY, we pop up. We look at, this one's a little tougher. You know, it gives me, here's a good section of close, right? Deviation 0, which is where the process will touch here, 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 and here. And look at that. That's a good little line. It's an invisible dynamic line that the system doesn't spot, but we can, right? So could we get into something here? And the answer is yes. But this is a situational trade. So 106.87, 106.87 on the USD JPY on the sell. Okay, and why I like it so much. Oh, what did I say that was? 06.87. Yeah, let's look at that one. 06.87. There's 88. I like that. And I'm going to do that one. There you go. I put 4 on. This is my level. This is where I'm stuck at right now. And this is all on live, right? If I lose every single one, I'm going to lose about $300, right? This is about $300 worth of trades right here. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. Why? Because position value to 2,600, I'm at, that's about 12% my portfolio. Okay? So I'm okay with that. I am seriously going to try to come back about 10 minutes to the top of the hour so I could show you the wins and losses and the sweatings of Max Farrow and trading live and all this kind of wonderful stuff that you guys get a chance to see. But I may not make it. I may not make it back. I'm going to try to get over to the store and back in time because I got to live life regular. And if I don't go to the store, I will get in trouble. I live by a hierarchy, people. It's called wife, kid, then me. So I got to make sure I get my stuff from the store. And I will try to make it back here in time. The store's about 20 minutes away. I got about 10 minutes of shopping, and then I'll be back. So I'm going to try to make it back by then. If I do not, I will come back with an update. Speaking of which, update from last night. We did pretty well last night. We did pretty well. Here's a... did I not put it in? Did I not put it on 3 p.m.? No, I did not. What a slack guy I am. Let's see. My account. History. Transactions. Here we go. Oh. I hate when it does that. It does this when... Let me see if I log in again real quick. There we go. Put it there. Because now I gotta remove all this stuff from the recording. My account. This is what happens when you have 2 screens up at the same pair. Okay, where's the ones from last night? 9 p.m. There we go. Da 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 da. We did good. We had 3 contracts. We had 75 copy. Live atomic. Yay. There we go. Now we did some wild trades yesterday afternoon. It's $69, right? $69 for an evening. This is live money, so I mean I put it on my live atomic one, as you can see. So I try to range out, as you can kind of see, $100, $200 a day, right? We had $400 a day. We had $276 a day, $154 a day, $177 a day. This is since we started the Dex Atomic on the 13th. I started trading again live at this fashion, at this time period, and from the 13th, so not even a month yet, and about $1,000. But I'm really being reserved. I could trade for a lot more, but I'm trying. Like I said, I'm trying to keep the balance of trading all about my balance, right? If I you can kind of see what, I'm wearing my shirt on my sleeve here, or my heart on my sleeve, whatever you want to call it. But the concept comes down to 59.65. Okay. The concept comes down to, do I trade what I can afford to trade on a balance that is lower and make more money, right? Or do I trade what's actually my balance? So if I feel uncomfortable trading 10 contracts against a $2,600 balance, then I need to either put more money in, right, to keep myself adjusted mentally, or I need not to show, right? Because there's no reason for you guys to see that. I could just go like that, right? And to where it shows only this balance. And this is where most people try to say, that's what I'm trying to do. But most people just try to keep the fact that they only have a couple $100s in their account when they're trading. Okay? I don't care about any of that nonsense. You could be a multimillionaire and have $1,000 in here and be trading 10 contracts. That's up to you. And if you lose it all out of that one, you just dump more money in. I get it. Okay? So you're going to have to do what you're going to do. I'm only here to show you how to do this. I'm not here to prove it to you. I've already proven it works. I prove it works for me, my family, and all the people that trust me within the network. I'm not here to prove anything to anybody. All I'm here to do is to show you that that it's possible here for me to trade and do all the other things that I'm doing. Because you got to realize I'm doing a lot right now. I'm actually recording. I'm in Discord. I got, probably way too many windows open to begin with, right? Like way too many windows of all this other stuff in here to do with. I'm a gamer. I'm a programmer. Cuckoo, cuckoo, right? There's a lot of stuff that happens. All right. I'm yammering on too much, and I'm seeing that we got markets happening again. So I'm just going to look at these trades real quick. No, I'm not. I'm going to do my thing. I'll come back in at the top of the hour. These are sit trades. If I do go OTM, it's probably going to be on, what's that Euro Great Britain pound sitting at? So look, and I see here I'm stuck again. I'm not going to make it back now because you see this is one of the ones that was going to push a little bit. And we're at 65. We're up here. So now that it's above that, it's going to be a little bit hard pressed for that Euro Great Britain pound. And 65. And 61. Because you have to realize that the 65 level, which is up here, is just sort of at the bottom of that, just that one level. That just gives me just a little. We can get a push there. We got 4 bars left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's going to be. All right. Well, it's going to be is what it's going to be is. I really bad grammar, but I'll be back. Poor Arnold. I butchered that. I will be back. Try to be back by 10 minutes to, or 5 minutes to, or very close to it. But if I'm not, then I'll do the recap afterwards. I'm Max. This is Dex. We'll see you in a minute. Hey everybody, this is Max Farrell from Dex FX Markets. We are back. I never made it to the store, so but we had a lot of things happen, and I wanted to explain what happened as we go along here. Not that I'm going to try to be here for the rest of the time. I'm probably going to dump out and then go to the store and probably not come back until 11 o'clock, 10 to 11. Good things actually happened. We actually, right as I was about to leave, and I turned everything off, and I wish you guys would have been able to see this, and I'm very sorry it didn't. But I went into a mode that the Euro JPY that we had on here was being contested and went to the high zone. And what we did was a maneuver called applying an OTM value, right? So what we did is that we hit the Euro JPY for a OTM process, which means that we bought one more contract to equal out the $100 one-to-one process. Okay, so what does that look like is that we, like if let me see here, this 29.14 one here. If when we were looking to put on another contract, we on the buy side, and we bought this, or we sold it, or we bought it for $73, right? So that's a profit margin of 27. Now what I want to do in this other ticket is that I want to create a OTM solution there. So if we bought it for 27 here, we want to buy it for, on this side, for 73. Okay, that'll give me, or the other way, so 27. I had to put a 27 there. So we put it for 27 there. See, so it gives me a profit of $73, right? This will give me a one-to-one relationship if it were to get to that level, right? If it were to get up to that level, because it's falling out of favor at the moment, right? And if it goes OTM, then it could be bought. Well, the Euro JPY got bought at that level. I put a working order on for the solution in there, and it got bought, which gave me 2 contracts for the Euro JPY. I then, because I thought I was going to have to go, put a working order on now to buy that position out, because I didn't want it to flicker around that area, for at least $25 with a profit margin. And it picked up almost immediately. I mean, as soon as I put everything else on, I walked away, went down, grabbed my coffee, came back up to get my keys, and there it was doing all this other stuff. So I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. Here's all the 10 a.m. purchases from this morning, and I'm going to pull them into the process here, so you can see into this NFP here, so you can see what they are. I'm going to pull them right here. Boom, there we go. I'm going to isolate. Here's all the JPYs. Here's some JPYs. I'm going to pull that down there. I'm going to pull these down there. Okay, and here's all the other ones that are filing off for 10. And we're just going to separate those And boom, just like that, we're ready for when the other things come on. Now, here's all the JPYs. Here's the one that we bought originally. This is that $68 one. And, we got it for $32 profit. Now, in this case, what I ended up doing is, where's that original? There it is. Okay. Okay, so we ended up coming in. We got it for the sell. We originally got it for the sell, and then we originally got it for another sell there. How much did we make on this one? Let's find out real quick. Boom, boom, and $53. So not too bad, right? Little hour, got 53 bucks. Let's see what the market's doing now. Looks like they're all pushing in the money, doing really well. I don't need this other Euro Great Britain pound on. If it does, we're done, right? So that's all good. 86.58. This Euro Great Britain pound looks like it's doing pretty good. 29.14. We got 29.20, so we got 80 there, so we're 8 pips. This looks really good for it to expire in that, all in that zone. So I'm pretty happy with the results this morning from this, being able to watch that. And if we go back to the markets, we'll go to that Euro JPY, and you see what happened, right? We came in here, we said we were going to find a deviation a little bit separated away, right? A little bit separated. We came back up and got 57, right? Right there. And what did it do? It came up, it pushed it, came up to the level. We got OTM, and then it came back down. We got bought out, and boom. Yeah, could we have won probably a little bit more money at that point, $150? Yes, absolutely. But this process has a very, if it goes OTM, it has a very good relationship to come back down and then float back up, right? And it floats back up more than it continues on down. So this is an outlier, right? So it has about an 80% chance for it to come back down and live down here for a moment and then shoot back up, right? Because these levels are pretty strong as deviations for Nadex too, right? And they kind of know that. Now, once it's pushed down this deviation, if normally I would wait until a certain period of time has been proven on that pair while it's in OTM for it to come down, and then I would put on the 25 just to take my money, because it has a certain way that it dances when it does that kind of stuff, right? But we also knew that the reason I put the 25 on is because I have this contention here, right? That I know that if it's going to come down, it's going to press it only for a second and then be pushed up. In this case, it has a very low chance for it to fall down underneath, which it has, and so I kept it on there and took my money. Now, for these pairs that are on right now, would I scalp out to get all my money? Well, this is $28. If this got up to 25, I'd take it. This is also a little bit more. And again, I'm just going to leave these on because we got about 4 pips there. We got about 6 minutes left. Could anything happen? Absolutely not that it will. Okay. At this time, if anybody in the chat room, I don't know if there's anybody watching in the chat room. I got 2 people in the chat room watching now. A couple people in there, a couple people watching on the other. I'm going to be making a very special streaming process that will record this stream and basically make it available, but we'll be using either the YouTube live process or Twitch. I'm not sure yet. I think we're going to be utilizing YouTube live during the day and Twitch at night for the gamers and stuff that I play with and all that kind of stuff. So we'll be utilizing that process. And again, somebody said something to me yesterday. You say process a lot, and I think I do. I think I overstate it. I think it's like the word for most people. I've tried to get the word out of my vocabulary as I'm doing these shows and doing these values. And I think I found another word instead of I say process. So, all right. I don't know if we're going to stick around. I guess we can stick around here. I can always edit the final video out. If you guys have any questions, you can hit me up inside the room. 29.16, 29.14. We're pretty close on all that stuff there. 66.62. Yeah, 65. We are being pushed again. This 78 should be just fine. This 15 is getting really pushed. Let's go look at that on. Yeah, again, it's this aisle of contention here as we dip over. This is what I was a little bit worried about when we came to this, because we had this dip over. You know, we came down to this level right here is 14. Is it 14 that we came onto? Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty tough. This was a pretty tough angle to be on. But it is a line of contention here, and we are probably falling down. We're in the zone of the 86.62. That's pretty tough. 1194. 1187. Oh, that's on the demo. Okay. Duh. 86.62. We're good. We're good. 15. I'm going to pop off of this one right here. Oh, I should have meant to do. There we go. I'm going to pop off of that one. That one has a little bit too much contention on it for me. What was that? The Great Britain Pound USD. Let's just pull that up so you can see it. Now, you rarely ever see me do that in 29.14, but we did buy it skinny. Okay, it was on for the plus, so for 16, there it is. We can see if that'll pass or fail from that point. You know, I lose like a couple of dollars, no big deal from that. But I will do that in some cases on the system because I don't want those kind of really skinny deals on there. I usually give myself some a little bit of room for that process for the runaway, right? But when it gets too close like that, I'll take off. It's a coin flip at that point, and I don't like coin flip deals. You know, even though that we never even got into any of the other ones here, and look at all these other ones. They just powered in. This is like $100. This is like a huge morning this morning. Even if we just left everything in there, we didn't have a Euro JPY in this one either. I didn't do all that other deal stuff in there. So, but now we're getting contested on the Euro Great Britain Pound, as you can kind of see. So that could be a possibility. Let's go over and have a look at that one, see what's going on with that one. Yeah, we got chill with this one too because we came up to 66, 65. Now it's sitting at 62. But we got about 2 minutes left on that. And we're just going to let that one kind of ride into it. If it goes barely over an OTM, there's no way I can get an OTM deal on fast enough for that. But we are going to play at this number. We'll probably finish over it, just so it can kind of punch me in the face and make me a break-even morning. There it is. It's just right at it now. So we're gonna wait for the last. There's always pressure in this last. You know, it's probably going to finish up right around in here now because we have this contention against it. You know. That's the process. That's the way it goes. But we could finish down below. This is a coin flip moment, right? This one's a runaway. We got the USD/JPY doing its thing. It ran to its little home, but the contention against this area up against this level now has created that process that we just talked about. That happens right there, and we bring it down to 65 right there. You see, so it creates this is a learning lesson here, live learning lesson. When we get this zone, and if it doesn't peel off and go down, this might be even a time when if it peels off and it continues to come up and then maybe drops down and gives us a little bit of room, but it bounced off this level and now it's being pushed up against our little zone there. So this is going to be a coin flip. It's going to be right at the process. We're just down below. There we are in the winning section, down below. We got about 27 seconds left. We can't do nothing about it now. We are stuck with the trade. 86, 64, 60, 48, 49. Probably just push over. Got about 10 seconds. There it is. It's a winner, loss, 10 seconds left. It's down to the wire, down to 64, 63, 64.2, 64.2, 64.2. Stay there. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 1 second, 1 second. Winner, chicken dinner. Coin flip my ass. That's like calling a horse race. I swear to God. And shifty Nadex is in front by a head. It looks like we won all trades this morning Congratulations to us. We won all trades. Give me just a minute to shake off the crust out of my eyeballs, because that was that was crazy. I hate those coin flip moments. All right, I'd rather take that out there, like right about that. Look at this. It's like a John Madden moment here, right? Too crazy. All right, so we won all those trades this morning. Now, you know what? I don't know if I should get in and look at the market and do a market read or what. You know, there's a little bit of a push. It is 10 o'clock. I didn't even do any 2-hour trades. You know, I think I'm going to pass on looking at any trades right at the moment. I wanted to do a 10 to 11, but I really do. In the mornings, I got to get to the store. I got to go do this stuff. So let me do this. Let me feed this out for you so you can see what was made today live in this loose. I'm not even going to do I'll do the demo when I get back, but I want to show you how it all kind of fits out once we get in here and we do this, do that. Bop, bop, bop. Da-da, bop, bop, bop. Okay, there's one of them there. I think we only have the 2 left. There's that, because I think we got the other one on there already. Copy, put it here. Which one was that, by the way? That one? Nope. Rubber pound. Because remember, I got out of the Great Britain pound for a small, tiny little loss. This Great Britain pound USD one took a scalp out. There it is too, for 72. The sell to close. Boom, just like that. Minus $3. Oh, the terror of it all! But it messes with my win-loss percentage. They count that as a loss. Take that. Take that, Bishops. Okay. One last one. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got one last one on there. Ding, ding, ding. And these are all live trades, folks, so this isn't like, you know, I wish I could be doing what, I mean, we may see this happening, and we have this archived so you guys see it as well. There we go. So, this, oh, wait. I gotta do this one too. Boom, 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 boom. No. It's a 4-bank. And there we go. All right. So this morning, 3-5. What did we win this morning? What riches have we brought? $99. Dang it! It's $1 off. Now I have to stick around and trade. All right. Well, that's $99 for what? An hour? That's right. I make $99 an hour. It could have been a lot more. We could have been trading at 3 contracts apiece and doing all of what we've been doing and playing the game. Now, good learning lessons. This one is the big one. This is the OTM buy back in. So OTM buy in, or buy back in, right? So buy back in. All right. So what we did is that we bought the original. We then did a OTM buy in, right? Made it a 1-to-1. And then sold it for our original wanting of $25 per contract, right? A little bit more, because plus fees and all that stuff, right? So not too bad. Not too bad. Now, sometimes I might let these go to where they go out to the full extension, right? I might go out to where, because what we would have gotten $107. So we would have doubled our money at that point, right? This would have been a $200 a day. That happens a lot. This happens a lot, but you got to be prepared, right? You got to learn how to do it. So another $100 morning live. As far as demo goes, I don't know what that came out to be. You know what? Let's do that one. I got a couple of seconds here. We're not doing trades, but you can see the housekeeping one. I'm gonna have to refresh. Boom, in there, and log in. There we go. We're gonna come back up. Go here. Go here. Go here. View history. Let's see, what's that from 8 p.m. last night? We did a lot of trading last night. Is that yesterday? Yeah, that is too. Sheesh. 8 p.m., 8 p.m., 8 p.m. Lots and lots of trading last night. Wow. Lots and lots of trading last night. So let me get on to my. See, I gotta think how I'm gonna do this, because this is like the demo. This is the demo atomic, but I haven't really been keeping up with the demo atomic sheet. I've been doing the NFP trading, but the atomic NFP has live and some demo in it. So that's what I'm going to do here. Is I'm going to put all my demo in here for the NFP stuff here. The live stuff you can look at, and that's all real. Here I'm trying to see how well, if I trade like I'm trading a demo on the NFP week. That's the most important thing, the win-loss ratio. That's what I'm looking for. So let me do that. We're gonna go back here, grab that. Oh. Did I not grab here? No, 9 p.m. Copy. Boop. Here. It'd probably be best because, it is what it is. You guys can stick around if you want. This is another big morning. All right, so let's just start dissecting this. Insert a couple rows. Move this Euro GPY up to here. PM, 8 p.m. Oh, that's for the 9 p.m. Okay. p.m. Okay, we got the buy USD JPY. Now, it looks like we Oh, that's right. Okay. All right, we were doing some stuff last night. All right, well, this is going to take too long. I want to dissect all that stuff and get it in there, and I'll show you what it is. This morning I'm going to try to get back here for the 11 o'clock and do another read and get for the 11 to 12. But there is some parallel news happening. What is that? We don't got much. We got the Great Britain Pound, Great Britain Pound happening with some of their talks. These speaks, man, they usually end up being a little bit crazy, so I might call it for the day until tonight, and then we got some more heavy news. Another big Audi night tonight. Audi and JPY kind of fluctuate that night. If you're watching this after the fact, if you're watching this in the room right now, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I'll be up in the top room in the welcome room just for a few minutes if anybody wants to come up and shoot the shit. If not, then I'll see you next time, hopefully later on this evening. I mean, if I come back in, I'll put an alert out. But it's just, these rooms are really made for all of you just to kind of come in and watch to see how I depict it. This is not to come in and you take the trades I take, okay? If you are, that's okay, as long as you validate them and you learn your lessons, okay? I don't want to hear anybody ever say, oh, I shouldn't have done that one. Actually, you shouldn't have done that one. I think you all have to be in and learn your own lessons of this process, and I hope you do, okay? At this time, I want to thank you all for being here. I'm Max. This is DexFXMarkets.com. Please like and subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube channel, and hit the little notification bar. For all of you that are watching in the Discord room, thanks a lot for hanging out. We'll see you next time. I'm Max Farrell. This is DexFX. And as always, trade well.